I don't think this storm's going to last very long, but it does have lightning and thunder, and it's dumping pretty fast. Now for Idaho, in my area, this is a pretty good rain. Now I don't see, you can see the difference in the clouds here versus the west. That's the west towards the northwest. Then you go to the northeast. The east. Well, I was trying to get some work done on some lawnmowers. Guess what? I didn't get her done. Got rained out. I do like the sound of rain. Well, somebody sent me some of that extra rain they had, I guess. I'm glad I'm not out there working on that mower. Whee! I say my flowers are getting watered. Nice little river. I need rain catchment. I really need rain catchment. Don't you think? We don't get that much rain in Idaho. I need to be catching rain. Well, it's like the rest of the storms in Idaho. It comes and it goes. Well, I'm getting a little bit wet here, so I'm going inside. This is proof. I have evidence. It rained in Idaho, in Sand Hollow, Idaho. Howdy, folks. It's Butch at Sand Hollow Homestead. Today I'm working on an old 225 amp Lincoln Welder. It's an AC welder. And it comes with some cords that are looking pretty rough. The other thing is, the switch is broken, but while I was pulling the cords off, and I discovered a little tool that somebody had made, and it goes right into these holes, and if you try hard enough, you can turn your amperage. Well, I bought some brand spanking new a selector switch, and I bought a new handle, so I don't have to put up with that thing. But obviously they made it work, didn't they? Now it's pretty dirty. It's going to take a lot of cleaning. And I've got some more stuff to take out of there so I can get to the selector switch. And it kind of looks like there's some screws right here and on this side, and then there's something right smack dab in the front that I think holds that selector switch. So, well, I'll discover where they're all at before it's over. I already got a pretty good pile of screws on the table here. So, with those already out, I was able to get this back panel off and kind of cleaned it up, wiped it down anyhow. I'd like to clean that schematic off so I can see what I can see. Alright, got a lot of cleanup to do, so here I go. Okay, I got some of this back off. I can't take this piece off until I disconnect this fan, okay? And what I'm seeing down there is the fan wires go down to that box down below. It'll be at the bottom of the fan. I don't know that I can hold this. Let's see here. There. There's the two wires. And I got to take that off. Once I get that off, I think that'll come out. And you can see it's going to take a whole lot of cleaning. And there's just, well, I just figured it out. It's 51 years old. It's 1970 model. 51 years old. When I come to Idaho, it was in 1970. I had just gotten out of school and come up here for a horseback trip. And been here ever since. So that's when they built this sucker. And if I looked at the schematics, and I can't read much of it, but what I did read is schematics go back to 1965. Yeah, they've been making this model for a long time, huh? Okay, I better get to going. I got some wires to pull off. So I started out with the dikes, and I really got rough on it. This is the old one, guys, I'm pulling out. And I was trying to pull these rods here out, and now I understand I don't need to. They're pretty much shaped in a way to where the wires are stuck through there. Okay? Once they're stuck through there, they're soldered. So, what I've been doing, been using my little butane heater and just heating this sucker up. Trying not to burn the place down. And that takes a while. I'm getting into the heavier wires now. I wonder how hard it's going to be. But if you get that solder hot enough, you can just pull that wire right on out of there. I'm trying not to burn the wire, right? Or the insulation. I'm trying to heat that bar, the frame that holds that wire. So let's see how that does. It's actually loose, but I may have to work on the wires itself, because if you notice, them wires are kind of jimmied up. No offense to Jimmy. All right, let's see what I can do to get it out of there. But that's how I have to do it. Just heat them up and pull them out. And obviously if they're, the ends of them have been cattywampus, then I gotta get it straightened out so I can pull it out. But we'll have that out today. Don't know that I'll get the other piece in because the guy that's going to do the soldering, I think, is Barton, if he gets time. If not, I'll do it myself. Okay, just thought I'd share it. Next step, I'll show you later. Okay, we've got all the wires off. Now I want to show you something that I've seen, is that when they put this thing together, they kind of roughed up the edges of that wire, almost like as if they didn't trust their solder. So they kind of split the strands in a way to where, they thought that they were going to have it more secure. Now, I'm not sure if that's what they did, but I can tell you they got to make it as narrow as they can to get it through these little. You can see how small of a space you have to, push that wire underneath. In order to do that, that thing has to be pretty thin, cleaned up and rounded and everything, or maybe even flattened, I don't know. So anyhow, I've got this pulled together, and you can see how it's pretty rough on a lot of them, and especially the big ones, okay? The big ones are the hardest ones to get out because they really roughed them up. And the smaller ones obviously were small, and they went in easy, and they soldered easy, and they didn't ruffle them up very much. But these big ones, oh my, they really was rough on them wires, and I don't want to cut them because I don't know that they'll be long enough. So here I am. I'm going to have to clean them up as is and get them into the new one. Now this is a selector switch for a 225 amp Lincoln Welder. And it's, like I said, it was 51 years old, made in 1970. And they did have a tool, believe it or not. They had a tool that would stick in those holes that they drilled. Okay? And they could turn it. I almost said, hey, why am I doing this? Well, I want to make it right, folks. I'm just the kind of guy that, I don't want to get by with some kind of thing like that. I want to know what my amperage is, and I want to be able to set it easily. So there's the old selector switch. Is it usable? Probably not now. Probably not now. I've tore it up too bad. So anyhow, I'm going to quit on this for now. And I will take a look at the new one. Maybe I'll even show it to you. Just hold on. I'll go get it. Okay. There's the old one. There's the new one. Notice that. Let's see if I can get her to sit down there. Take the old one off. Set the new one there. Notice that these barbs here that hold it are right now are wide open. So I can see that putting the wire in is a whole lot easier, and then you take your pliers and you press it in and solder it. Makes sense, don't it? And should I take it back? Because this one has a white selector piece and this one has a black. No, I don't think so. As long as I've got 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hallelujah, I got 12. Now, the other thing is, notice the difference. This is what, and I know you can't hardly see that, but inside there's a handle. Looks like a black handle. And it's sharp on one end where it points to the amperage that you're setting it at. And this will turn and go to these different selections. And what I'm seeing is that the lower amperage is on this side, smaller wires, and then it jumps over to the bigger wires over here. And there's two of these connectors will have a double wire. Okay, two small wires, and somewhere over there, there's two double wires also. Well, I'll have to clean all that stuff up and get it ready. You know, they've got to be clean. They got to be real clean. And then I'll get some good solder with the the acid core solder, and then we'll get her put together. And that'll be fun. That'll be fun, getting all that put together. And I'll do a little more cleaning on it because I'm not happy yet. I'm going to do more cleaning. But that shows me what it takes. And I'm so happy that that's wide open. Those are wide open. I'll make it a whole lot easier so I don't have to stick it in that little groove. Once I get the wire in there, clamp it down, solder it, and with this butane, oh, it's real easy to do that. You just got to be careful not to burn up the world, that's all. Okay, so this part of the disassembly, I think, is complete for now. I do want to do some work on the wheels, folks. And these wheels, I don't know if originally they had some sort of set collar on them, but somebody's taken a hammer and beat on them to try to hold those wheels on. Well, that doesn't work. And they got a really nice roller bearing, needle bearing, I should say, needle bearing in these wheels. And they've got greasers. So I'm going to clean all that up. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just drill through that shaft. Okay? Drill through the shaft and then just put a keeper in there. Maybe a washer and a keeper. I don't have to worry about the wheels coming off then, right? And they'll roll around. Nice thing is it's already got a big handle on it. Yes, I will have to do some replacement on the cords. I don't think that's going to be cheap. But a little bit at a time. I don't have to do it all in one day. I don't have the receptacle and the wiring and the breakers and all that stuff done yet. That's in the future. And I do have the wire. I do have the receptacle. And I'll have to get a plug end. This one's been cut off. And I'll look it over real good to see if do I want to take that thing off. Goes right to that little box that I was looking at. See that? Whoops, I got to move over farther. There you go. Now you can see it. Now can you see the white down here and the black right there? Well, that's the wire for the pigtail. So the power comes in right there. Then it goes on out, goes right to the fan, and I'm sure that there's wires going to the transformer, coming out of the transformer, and so forth. Oh, enough of that for now. I don't want to talk any more about it because I'll reveal that I know very little. All right, we'll talk to you later. I think this has been a good project so far, and it was just raining on me. I couldn't continue to work on the lawnmower. I'll share more about the lawnmowers later of what I've been doing. I've got 2 walking mowers I'm working on and a riding mower that I'm working on for my brother-in-law. So far, nothing runs. I keep getting rained on every time I go outside, so I said, I'm going inside the garage. Enough for now, and we'll finish this up in part 2, and when we start doing the reinstall, when we install this new selector switch. Sure is pretty. There you can see it better, less reflection. All right. Bye for now.